age. It's quite remarkable for a politician to do all that. And also, they are always under scrutiny. You have to just turn around and see the media. I personally feel they are quite inspirational in themselves. At the same time, I would say all the women out there, Melissa Montero in CMRC, oh my God, she is a woman full of energy, full
dynamite.
Of, I know she is. So, as I said, Reena, yes, probably that's the best answer that I could give at the moment. But because I have worked in different areas, different segments, I've had different people who have inspired me over the years.
That's right. No, thank you for sharing that. I mean, you've had to balance a career, and I know you've shared this, a career, your family, your 2 young children, you're an entrepreneur, business owner, political figure. How do you balance? How do you keep it together?
Again, going back to what I feel the priority is, the priorities have to be right. Look, my community comes very first. If there is a person in the community who needs my help, they will get my first ears, first time, first support. They become my priority. It also means that I have to make sure that everything has been segmented and I use my heart and my mind both at the same time. I do a lot of social media and I use that as a source of positivity. I personally believe that people spread what they have most, and I want to spread the positive word and positive vibe out there. And that is the harness that actually gets and engages people. So that is my most important part, and everything slots in. And I support like IWE, women like you who actually say, look, yes, we can do it.
I think we've all got to support each other. It's about that like-mindedness, and I'm really, positive that we're gonna do some great things as IWE steering committee. What's been, where do you drive in terms of self-motivation? I mean, you're very self-motivating, and you motivate yourself. How do you keep up? I mean, you've shared with us your inspiration, but I mean, in terms of gaining self-motivation, where does that come from?
When you get up 4 a.m. and you drive your son to swimming lessons, at that time, you get to reflect on a lot of things, the quiet time at that time. I set my own standards, and I believe that those standards have to be mine, purely mine, not decided by anyone else. And when I always believe in one more thing, that an individual does not fail to plan, but they does not plan to fail, sorry, but they actually fail to plan. So always have a plan, and that's what I do for myself. When I decide to do something, I always plan to move towards it. So that is one thing. I am my own person. And when you set your own standards, you achieve them, then you are rewarding yourself in your own best way. Health is quite important to me. When I am healthy and I'm away from junk food, it actually gives me a lot of clarity of mind. I believe in yoga, and lately I have been doing quite a lot of yoga. That helps. So my own inspiration comes from, firstly, my priority of health, my mental well-being, health,
self-care.
Yes, self-care. And once that is there, I always have my focus on my family, my community, and business.
I'm a big believer of self-care from that perspective, Reena. So it's great that you've been able to share that from a resignation perspective, because I think a lot of women wearing many hats really struggle with the whole self-care. And I think when you're wearing many hats, that's so crucial. I mean, Robin Sharma, one of my mentors, very clearly says that health is the crown on the sick person's, is a crown to the sick person that only the healthy person can see. So I think that's really so crucial. And I'm glad you shared that, because that's really important. What are your hobbies? I mean, just to get to know Reena Jethi, and it's nice to know that you're able to keep it all together with your yoga, and you've been very transparent, sharing, so much in depth with us. So, what's your hobbies? What do you do in your spare time? Do you have any spare time? I don't know, but.
Yes, I was thinking of that, spare time. Yes, but look, that is very important. You need to have time for yourself. If you don't have time for yourself, that's when you are probably just depriving your soul and your heart from the little happiness that you actually get. Yes, I do have a few hobbies that I indulge in. I love reading. I love listening to books. I love listening to people's autobiographies. Music is my all-time favorite. I can listen and dance to music all day and night.
Oh, beautiful. Love it.
And watching movies, especially like this morning I started watching Becoming Jane. It's something on classic novels, movies that are made on them.
Inspirational.
I love watching those movies. Again, Jane Austen, again, you can think of that movies which actually showcase females who have challenges. So I love watching movies. I pick out the things in the movies that inspire. One of my favorite movies is Shawshank Redemption. The patience the person has.
So persistence, yes.
Exactly. So those are things that I indulge myself in. I love cooking, but I'm not the best chef, I can tell you right now. But only when I do have time, I do indulge myself in cooking. Yes, some of those things, but music is my number one. I love music and reading.
No, that's great. You've gotta have that, right? A balance and things that keep. I mean, to achieve what you're doing, you need to have hobbies that drive the passion and drive the inspiration and keeps the happiness. You get that from when you're doing things you love. So really good to know that music's a big one, and all of the books. Is there any specific books or that you would share with the audience that they should pick up?
Classics, because look, I'm an English teacher, so I love classics. But other than that, any book that is interesting, I generally go skim through the blurb and all that, and then just go through it. Lately, I've been reading the autobiographies.
Yes.
And the other day, I was reading a book on Narendra, Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi ji. And I haven't gone through the whole thing, but I was just reading one of the chapters from it, how he went through his life, and basically he did not set a goal that, look, one day I want to be a prime minister. It is where the journey takes you, and that's what I like doing. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the present moment. Whatever is at the end of the journey, it will come to you anyway, regardless. But if you aim to be someone, of course, that is an ultimate goal that does inspire you, but enjoy the present moment. That present is very, very, very important, because if you don't enjoy the present, the pressure of becoming someone, it might crumble you. You might actually not be yourself, and you might not be able to give your best.
I agree. I mean, there's a few on Netflix, Becoming by Michelle Obama. There's so many great inspirational, and Narendra Modi, great one to follow as well at this point. So it's good to have shared that with the audience. I mean, do you have anything to share with our audience today? Any last words, tips? I know you've shared a lot with us, and we're so honored to have you, but would love to leave you with some final words, thoughts, emotions.
Sure. Look, I would say there's so much to offer to this world. There's so much you can do. You as an individual is a bundle of knowledge and optimism and faith and opportunities. That is every individual. And as a female, you have an added bonus. You have that feminine loving side of yourself. So just spread your wings, fly high, soar high. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because you are your own person. That is one very important thing. Second thing, health. Health is extremely important, because that is what makes you go. When you are healthy being inside, you're a happy person outside. Your presentation, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. If you feel, for example, I'll be honest about myself. There was a point when I was getting so much overweight. It was my post-pregnancy and I could not shed that. And at that time, if anyone would have told me, oh no, Reena, you look perfect, you look fantastic, I know they were being polite. Don't try to fool yourself. If you want to do something about yourself, do it. Be your own self. For example, the other day I felt I was having a bad hair day. I grabbed a wig. I wore a wig to a meeting and everyone complimented me. And when they said, oh, you got your hair done, I said, no, it's just a wig. Be proud of what you're wearing, because there's nothing to hide about it. It is your own choice what you do. So be yourself. If anything makes you feel good about your presentation, about your presence, that will ultimately bring you a lot of confidence. So those are my three first thumb rules that I always abide by. I am very much mentally confident. I have confidence in what I do. I'm a healthy person. Thirdly, I don't hesitate in my presentation. I want to be proud of myself as a female. Other than that, I would only say one more thing. Please spread the positivity. I know women are the most active people on social media. Use the social media to be socially, positively active. Try to disperse all the negativity. Be the positive influence to your family, to your friends, and to the community. I know that my friends are my positive influence, and I bend backwards for them because they are my rock. So do the same, please, and that will make this whole place, this whole world, a better place for everyone.
Thank you. That's some really, really golden nuggets there, words of wisdom. And I completely resonate with the whole health and well-being and presentation, because, you know, it gives you that lift, that confidence that you need to go through your daily life, where, you know, you can, I think presentation and presence for yourself is most important, you know. So I think you've shared some fantastic words of wisdom. I think going back to the whole health and Robin Sharma's quote, I think it's now finally hit me. He talks about health is the crown on the healthy person's head that only the sick person can see, because, you know, I think that's so big. And it's really important that if you don't have health, you don't have anything. So I really like that you shared your personal story, because as women, you know, giving birth, having children, we tend to neglect ourselves. And I mean, how do you get the energy for your family, for your husband, for your home, for your life? You can do that only if you've got the health to support that. So, you know, it's great that you were able to share that with us, Reena. And that brings us to the end of today's In Conversation series. Thank you so much for speaking with IWE today. And on behalf of IWE and CMRC, we appreciate you spending your valuable time with us and taking time off to do this interview. Thank you, Reena.
Thank you, Reena. Thank you for the opportunity. It really means a lot to me. And it really means a lot to all the other women who are out there looking up to IWE. We want to spread our wings. We want to have more women on board. And thank you for this opportunity. I wish you the very best. Good luck, IWE. You're doing a phenomenal job. And it's my proud moment that I am a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Reena.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.